Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome back to another Writing Wednesday, and today I want to talk about the proverbial Mary Sue, or Gary Stu, or Marty Stu, or whatever the hell you want to call it. The point being is how not to write a perfect protagonist. Before we get started, let me thank my patrons over on Patreon. You guys keep this channel going, and I'd like to thank my newest Patreons. Thank you to Cornelius, thank you to Jessica for the upgrade, and thank you to Mizuma. I really appreciate the support, you guys. You guys keep this channel going through this long night. And a quick reminder, my debut novel, The Crimson Gods, is available for pre-order on Indiegogo right now. I will leave that link in the description below. And all those funds will go towards the editing costs, the book cover design, as well as the voice actor for the audiobooks. I now have the first round developmental edits scheduled, and I'm really excited about it. So we're looking somewhere around June for a release date. It may have to get pushed back a little bit depending on the editor's schedules because they're all pretty booked out. But anyway, if you're interested in pre-ordering now, you can do that and support the project by going to the link in the description below and probably in the pinned comment. All right, so what the hell is a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu? It doesn't matter if you're talking about a female character here or a male character. So the basic definition of a Mary Sue type of character is any character who is basically unrealistically flawless and or lacking in weaknesses. So it doesn't matter if you're talking about a strong female character or a strong male character. The point being that all those strong characters we all like to talk about, all that inner strength comes from flaws and failure, and more importantly, how those characters respond and grow from those failures. So let's use a popular example that most people are fairly aware of, and that's Star Wars, specifically the sequel trilogy, The Force Awakens, all the way through The Rise of Skywalker. Now in these movies, most people do think that Rey is a Mary Sue character, and I happen to like Rey myself as a character, but I do agree she is a Mary Sue. She was written this way, probably for political reasons, but the point being, she never fails in her own abilities to do anything remotely difficult without having a fucking teacher. It is established in Star Wars lore that if you are force sensitive and you're going to be a Jedi or a Sith or whatever it may be, that no matter how powerful you are, you have to learn these things by having a teacher of some sort. And it takes time, practice, and years of training like it does anything in the real world. So despite being a complete novice, Rey learns how to do everything within minutes without any actual training. And of course, as we all know in the real world, if you want to be good at anything, it takes time, it takes practice and dedication. For example, you can be a great athlete, but that does not mean you're a great basketball player. To get better and gain knowledge, you have to practice, you have to make mistakes, and learn from those mistakes. And for an example from The Crimson Gods, my main character, Ashea, she's a damn good bowman and a damn good fighter, but it's fairly clear from her backstory that she had to work her ass off to get that way. She's a girl in a medieval world where, that's not very normal. She's kind of against the norms. She got picked on. Her brothers tried to protect her because that's what brothers do. So the point being is the struggle she has to go through as a child that gives her that mental fortitude to be a badass. And just for a couple examples from the Star Wars trilogy as far as Rey being a Mary Sue, here are just a few reasons why most people think she was written this way. When she is captured by Kylo Ren, he tries to probe her mind using the Force, and instead she is able to block him from doing so and actually turns around and reads his mind and finds out his darkest secret. So essentially Rey matches Kylo Ren's mind control powers using the Force when he has been doing this for many years with an actual teacher. In one of those same scenes, Rey is captured and tricks a stormtrooper into taking her restraints off using a Jedi mind trick that nobody had ever taught her to do, and she escapes. Another example, she quickly becomes a lot more powerful in the Force than him, just kind of out of the blue when she's trying to get that lightsaber at the same time he is, but it doesn't go to his hand, it goes to her hand. And again, he had had a lot of training for many years with an actual teacher. And in that same scene, they have a fight, their first duel, and she leaves him defeated and wounded in the snow, and she had never picked up a lightsaber. As a matter of fact, in the next movie, his teacher Snoke actually says this by saying, "You were bested by a girl who had never picked up a lightsaber." I mean, the character actually said it. So the bottom line is flaws are what make characters believable. We can relate to these characters because we all have flaws. In The Crimson Gods, Ash is described as beautiful, but she wasn't always described that way. She had some issues when she was a kid, she was called names, but now that she's all grown up and her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, she kind of enjoys it. So she doesn't mind breaking a few hearts and kind of going against the grain, and it makes her come off as vain. Actually, one of the best pieces of feedback I got from my critique partner, my buddy James, when he was reading this as I was writing it, he would always come over, read a few chapters here and there, and give me feedback. He said, "Ashea's getting on my damn nerves." And I thought, yes, that's exactly what I wanted her to do. So I want her to go through the story. She's got to learn from this type of stuff. She will get feedback from other characters. She'll be called out. This is the thing that will lead to her, becoming a strong character, and therefore more relatable and more believable. So with all that said, let's go through 5 quick tips how not to write a Mary Sue. Number 1, make your MC fail. A lot. Having your character learn archery? Make her shoot her brother in the fucking face by accident. Okay, maybe not quite that far, but you get the idea. Number 2, when things get rough, pile on. That's right, make it worse. Make them question themselves. Are they up to this task? Can they do it? Do they have the ability? Make it seem almost hopeless. Number 3, if they do eventually win or overcome things, don't forget some of the heroic traits as well, such as forgiveness and mercy. Now, while I do enjoy a good comeback story and a good old ass whooping, remember that your main characters should see a little echo of themselves in the villain. So that doesn't mean you can't kill off the antagonist, for example, in the final battle or whatever it may be, but at least make them feel bad for having to do it. Number 4, if a character disagrees with the MC, that doesn't make them bad characters. Your main character or protagonist should not be the ultimate moral compass. And number 5, highlight the similarities between your main character or protagonist against the villain or antagonist. Remember, in a lot of cases, that's kind of a fine line of who's the villain and who's the hero, and also remember the villain is just the hero of their own story. So show the MC's flaws, but show some good things about the villain as well. Make the line a little blurry. This adds depth and meaning, and people will better relate to your character. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. You can click right over here for more writing advice videos, and you can click right over here for more videos as well. And if you dig what I do here, please give these videos a like, comment, and a share. And of course, be sure to subscribe to Get Everything and click that notification bell so you're notified when I drop a new video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.